Alright, first off we have a Thanium Disruption. So we see this guy here. If you don't have level 7 equipment all the way through and through, it's not a mission you want to attempt. This is probably the most difficult one out of any of them. It requires pretty well precise things to do in order to survive in my experience. So to start off with, kind of go over the interface real quick. You'll have hotkeys 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 you'll notice is power to blasters. 2 is power to shields. You'll want to switch between those when you go offense, defense. Jam, which is blocks anything from targeting you. And EMP burst, which does damage to all surrounding shields. So here they come. I'm going to wail on the left one first. Largely doesn't matter. There's plenty of time to deal with these guys, and they don't deal a whole lot of damage. So plenty of time to play with them, but I like to dismiss them as quickly as I can to prepare for later. You'll see my shields hardly are recovering faster than they could deal me damage right now. So I'm just going to hover around, wait for him to come back up from my top left here, and wail on him again. There he goes. I've now kicked it back into shield mode. Hotkey 2, power to shields. Then we've got about a 30-second delay before we have to do anything meaningful. Just don't run into any asteroids here, and things will work out. The reason I have it on power to shields is we're going to be flying through a minefield here shortly, and my plan is to not shoot at anything. The reason I do that is because they tend to not notice you as quickly until you get into the minefield, so I often find I take less damage if I do that. So I'm going to try something out here real quick. Yeah, I'm pulling Drek here, I know. Going to wail on the mine layer just a little bit to see if I can disrupt it a little bit from hitting me, because that's one of the things you have to fly right by. So I'm going to try to stay to the left the best I can, because if you notice the mines are kind of in a circle around this guy, so you kind of want to weave back and forth between your left and right as much as possible. So I'm going to weave back and forth like this. See, I'm not taking as much damage. Now I pop the jam and start wailing on this guy. Let my shields come back up, use missiles only. Right, my shields are back on, so I'm going to try to wail on him a little more permanent. And you wait for your jam to come off, and then you bomb it. Oh, that was nicely done. So now I'm going to bring my shield cover back on and try to avoid some of this fire, while still picking on that same gold one. Oh, nicely done. So from now here, you kind of want to use your missiles on whatever presents itself to you. I'm going to kick it back into blaster mode for a little bit to eat on this guy. It's going to take some damage on me, but that'll get a gun off me rather quickly. So I'm going to weave in and out of here, try to get high and left right here to avoid as much damage from him. So now he's going to show back up, and I'm going to wail on him. Get high left here, or you hit the asteroid like I just did. Takes a pretty good chunk out of you. So you'll want to pay attention to that. Hit the shield generators over here. You're going to need the damage for later. So you take a small break. Now I'm going to wail on the gold again to take him out of commission. I'm taking quite a bit of damage here. So you'll see you shouldn't freak out all the time. You got to get high and right there. Didn't do that. It's deceiving. It looks like you should be able to fit through, but it doesn't. At this point, you'll want to burn this last merc ship. Oh, crashed into it again. You got to get low left on that asteroid. So the merc is down, so this leaves me pretty well off to take out this frigate. So shoot as many missiles as I can in that direction. Ignore all the mines, they're not going to affect you at this point. Now kick it in burn mode. You want to fire all the missiles you have and put it back into defensive mode. You'll notice how low my health is, and I took 3 asteroid hits, which if you remember where you need to go through those, you don't take those hits, so you don't take nearly as much damage. That's about the only important thing you have to remember in there, other than taking out the ships, is those 3 points. You'll need to go top left, bottom right, bottom left. Normally, if this were a weekly mission, you would see a much better payout here in terms of what you get out of it, but that's the extent of Thanium Disruption.